Hey guys, and welcome back to Confessions of a Doctorholic. If you're new here, my name is Hafsa and I'm a general surgery resident in the US. And this podcast is where I share real stories from behind the scenes inside the hospital. And today is one of the wildest things I have ever seen in my life. Like, genuinely. I don't think anything prepared me for this, because for the first time ever, I witnessed an emergency thoracotomy. So let me paint this scene for you. I'm on nights at the moment. Things are relatively normal. We're getting pages, falls, minor traumas, things that are important but manageable. Appendectomy consults, gallbladder consults. Then suddenly, a page comes in. 30-year-old male, level 1 trauma, stab wound, 4 minutes out. And I don't even remember reading the rest. That was enough. Everything in my brain just locked in. And at this point, we don't know anything. We don't know where he was stabbed. We don't know how bad it is. We just know this is going to be serious. So we start prepping. Chest tubes were brought out. A thoracotomy tray was out. Everyone was moving. The energy in the room completely shifted. We were all waiting in the trauma bay. Then the patient rolled in. And this is where it got intense. He was already being actively resuscitated. There's someone literally on top of him doing CPR. He's intubated, there's blood, there's vomit around the oxygen mask on his mouth. People were pumping oxygen in him, his clothes have been torn off, and right in the middle of his chest, there's a dressing placed over the stab wound. And I'll be honest about something. For a second, I froze. Because this wasn't a simulation, this was real. And everything was happening super fast. So I did what we're trained to do. I went back to basics. Airway, already intubated. Breathing, being managed. Circulation. There's a problem. No pulses. They've been doing CPR for about 15 minutes, which is already concerning. We do a quick ultrasound. And this is a critical moment. We see the heart. It's still moving. Not strong, but there's definitely activity. And there's fluid around the heart, likely blood, which means one thing. There could be a cardiac injury. And at that point, the decision was made. We're doing an ED thoracotomy. Now, for anyone listening who isn't in medicine, this is not a normal procedure. This is a last resort, life-saving intervention. You're literally opening the chest in the emergency department to try and save someone's life. And then it started. We take a scalpel, incision across the chest, horizontally, through skin, through muscle, through the ribs. And I'm standing there thinking, I cannot believe this is happening. We place a retractor, spread the ribs open, and suddenly you can see inside the chest. We open the sac around the heart, the pericardium, and blood just pours out. Suction goes in, everyone is focused, and then we see at the heart. And at this point, I step in. Partly because I want to help, partly because I need to understand what's happening. I help move the lung out of the way. It was the main surgeon and the senior resident performing the main parts. I'm holding the suction, trying to clear the field, because everything's covered in blood. And then we find it. There's a stab wound to the heart, the left ventricle. They suture it, and he's still bleeding. So we keep looking. We lift the heart, and then we find another injury, a major vessel bleeding, and every time the heart beats, blood is pouring out. And this is the part that's hard to explain because it's chaotic, but also everyone knows exactly what they're doing. We're transfusing blood, massive transfusion protocol is running behind us, lines are in, people are calling out numbers, people are placing chest tubes, and there are other people doing whatever, and the three of us, the surgeon, the senior resident, and myself, the junior, were locked in. I'm just trying to keep up. And then they tell me to compress the heart, and I remember thinking, this cannot be real, but it is, and I'm there, holding someone's heart in my hands, trying to keep circulation going. And I kept it. I'm not even joking when I say my hand was aching. It was so painful, and I kept going and going. They kept finding holes and they kept suturing it. It was like whip stitch close wherever they could. He had major injuries. His in his inferior vena cava was injured. And we knew it. All of us knew it. Like, doing this procedure, you have a 1% chance of success of someone surviving. And I've seen these people. I've seen 2 survivors from an ED thoracotomy, but it came with massive, massive problems. Both of the survivors that I have seen were paraplegics afterwards. So you can imagine how much this is a massive procedure with high morbidity and very high mortality rates. Anyway, finally the heart stopped. He must have lost a lot of blood. We tried everything, but despite that, you could see it happening. The heart was slowing, the beats were getting weaker. There was an area that looked damaged, and eventually it stopped. And just like that, everyone went quiet. After all that noise, all that movement, all that effort, there was just silence. And I remember thinking afterwards, we did everything that could possibly be done. And sometimes even that wasn't enough. So, confession. An ED thoracotomy is not something that comes without morbidity and without mortality. We did everything we possibly could. And that line between life and death can be really thin. So I want to ask you guys something. Not just people in medicine, anyone listening. What's the most intense or surreal moment you've ever witnessed in real life? Because moments like that, they stay with you. Alrighty guys, thank you for listening. I'll catch you guys in the next episode.